stay red, got that high grade feeling up inside my head. I was listening, I just don't know what you said. Forgive me, maybe I'm not high enough yet.
And there we go. And here I am, sitting with Jackson from Kash'd Out.
Hello,
And,
hello.
how you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Let me tell you. I'm going to tell you how I am. I'm wonderful. What did
Good.
you do this morning, Jackson? This morning?
This morning, got up, had a cup of coffee. I got myself ready, and then I went right into rehearsals because we're getting ready for that tour behind you. And so we're getting ready, and we just wrapped up practice for the day, and that is all that I've done today. Let's just get ready for that tour.
I'm going to tell you what I've done today, and you're going to be mind blown.
Tell me, I'm ready.
I was on I-75 at 6 o'clock this morning. At 7:30, I was getting a full colonoscopy and endoscopy under anesthesia. And when the colonoscopy was booked and Marshall said, hey, we got band practice on the 21st, we could probably hop in there on the 21st. I'm like, fuck it. I should be awake.
Yeah, well, how are you feeling?
I'm great.
Okay, good.
I'm good. It's good. I had a liver transplant a year ago, so they keep fucking with me.
Yeah, you're a vet then, huh? You're like an old hat at this.
So I was telling my husband, I was like, you know what? None of them motherfuckers had a colonoscopy this morning.
No, you're right about that.
Not one of them.
No.
And, I'm going to ask you a couple questions, and I'm going to load my drink up. This is a marijuana tincture.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and it just goes in my lemonade, and I just drink it.
And that's that, huh?
And that's that. It's amazing. Yeah. It just kind of blends in with the lemonade, and I'm good to go. I can't drink alcohol, so I might as well put the weed in my drink.
Yeah, it's crazy how how far the weed stuff has come.
I am
put it in anything.
Anything. And that's what I do. I do a lot of edibles and a lot of cooking, and I made a 4-course meal the other day.
Wow.
I made a meatloaf and some mashed potatoes. It was pretty good. Yeah. Yeah. After dinner was pretty great. So tell everybody who don't know who you are, our listeners, what you do. What is your role in the band? What do you do?
My name's Jackson, and I play guitar in Kash'd Out. We're like a reggae rock, I guess you could call it, band from Orlando, Florida. We're on Law Records, Pepper's label. Those guys have been super cool to us, and yeah, we've been on the road pretty much nonstop since like 2017, and we're getting ready to go again.
That's freaking amazing. I've caught you guys, I don't know, maybe three or four times.
Okay,
yeah,
sweet.
You were there, yeah, last week, right? Was it last week?
Yeah, I think it was.
Yeah. I was supposed to go to Cleveland this weekend to see Bumpin', but I didn't get to do that.
We got one more here.
That's okay. Oh no, big trouble.
Here he is. Everybody calm down now.
Everybody just chill the fuck out. And let me have a smoke, because that kind of freaked me out a little bit. I'm just joking. But yeah, feel free to have a smoke. So introduce yourself, tell everybody who you are and what you do.
I'm Joey Brohan. I play bass for Kash'd Out.
Lucky you, Joey. Tell me your members. Who are they? Name them.
We got Greg Shields. He sings and claims he plays saxophone, although I've never heard him play saxophone.
Sings great. Yeah.
We got Marshall, plays drums, and Google Sheets, and Nick plays keys and he sings.
All right. I got a quick funny story. We're outside of the show last week. I was going to hand Marshall a bag of weed, right? It was in my hand, another bag of weed.
Mm-hmm.
And my husband yelled for me. I'm like, what? There was like a cop standing right there, like, like watching me. He was like, I was like, oh, fuck. And he didn't get the bag of weed. But you got the other bag of weed, right?
If we did, it's gone by now.
Yeah. I don't know what I did with it.
I believe we did. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I don't know I don't know who I gave it to. Did I give it to you? Actually, no.
I don't know.
No, I didn't. I threw it up to Greg on stage. He got it.
Okay, there you go. There you go.
He got it.
If it got to Greg, then
nobody got it
on that night.
Nobody got it. So you're getting ready to go on tour. Who are you going on tour with?
It's a headlining tour, and we're going out with our buddies Sideways.
Nice. I've seen Sideways. They're pretty cool.
They're awesome.
Yeah, I love Sideways.
So it's a lot of fun to like be with, you know, our label mates on tour, as well as our friends too, because we do enjoy those guys a lot.
Oh yeah, for sure. Who's your favorite to tour with this far?
It's such a tough question. What do you think? Who's you?
I'll give you a top 3 just because if I choose one, that'd be
your
bad.
friends will be mad.
Yes. Whatever. So one is Ballyhoo. I really learned a lot touring with Ballyhoo because they're very professional. They keep their camp very tight, you know.
How he's a dictator.
Yeah. Also that.
Not. But he's pretty cool.
They run a tight ship.
Donald's a pretty cool dude, man. I know him, and he's freaking awesome.
They're good guys, man, and they're a lot of fun. I'll say number 2 would be also Fortunate Youth. I feel like those guys were also like a big brother band, if that makes sense, where it's like
for sure.
you can look up to them and you can talk to them and try to pick their brain, and they're down to help you out, you know.
Yeah.
And for a third, Pepper. Definitely Pepper. Just because like their shows are amazing and they're so much fun, and every time you talk to them, you're like, did this really happen? What did we even talk about? What just happened?
Right.
So that's like kind of magical for me.
So Sugar Shack, how was that?
Sugar Shack is cool. It's a lot of fun. I think that it has been one of the things that like moved the needle most for our band, and like a lot of people, like when we were out in Ohio, this most recent time, it was like person after person was like, I saw you on Sugar Shack. I found out about you from Sugar Shack. So they're awesome. We love them. I think it's great what they do for bands, and it's cool. They've got a great thing going. Sugar Shack's awesome. It looks small on the video. It's even smaller than it looks. I mean, it's like the size of the couch we're on right now, and
they
like,
cram you guys in there.
Yeah. They do such a good job on camera of making it look more spacious, and it is. It's like the size of a shoebox, and you put like 5 people in there.
You put dudes in there.
So so what's the story behind the band name? I'm sure you guys have been asked that before. Maybe not.
Question.
Yeah.
Wasn't it Greg? Greg wanted a weed-based name, but also not so in your face all the time, you know?
Right.
But he also said he also wanted it to be weed-based because he wanted to get free weed. Which
I've never heard that, but
are you serious?
Yeah, that tracks though.
He told me that.
He never
said that.
No.
He was like, dude, if you name the band after a weed thing, you just get free weed the whole time.
Man.
and it like, I'm not like, he's right. But damn, bro.
I gave you weed.
You're thinking like 3D chess ahead.
Yeah.
You're like, what about the weed I'm gonna smoke 8 years from now?
Priorities, right?
There's a priorities for sure.
Do you get a lot of free weed for real?
Yeah.
I mean, that's what I do.
Dude, like it's great. It's one of the nicest things in the world. Right. And it's not just that. We get Slim Jims. For some reason, we got a shit ton of goldfish from fans last tour too. That we got like 10 bags of goldfish in 2 of the big boxes.
I'm still going to goldfish. I had goldfish last night.
Yeah. No one told me as a kid when I was playing bass that they'd be like, one day you'll get goldfish.
You'll get some goldfish
and some Slim Jims.
Goldfish and Slim Jims. You can't go wrong with that. I went to go see Bumpin' in Kentucky, and I don't know, I saw one of them back by the bus or something, and they were looking for something to eat. I ran to Taco Bell, spent $100 on tacos.
Oh, that's so nice.
A ton of tacos and burritos. Awesome. And I brought them back, And I thought, well, that might not have been a great idea because by the time they get on stage, the Taco Bell's going to be kicked in and we're not going to have a band.
Yeah, they're going to have to do an intermission.
Didn't work out that way. But I got to see you guys during the COVID show with the Mop Heads.
Oh, and, no way.
Yeah, I was there and it was awesome. And I was actually looking for the picture because I know I took a picture of the stage to put behind me, but it didn't work out that way.
That's funny.
Right. So what is your most memorable show to date? Like the best show you've ever done thus far?
I spend a lot of time thinking about this. And I think again, like it would be hard to narrow down to one, but like a few that come to mind. There was like you have like the big ones tend to be the most memorable. Like when we played Mission Ballroom with Pepper, and it was like a great line. It was like Pepper, the Movement, the Expendables, the Elevators, and us. And so like that was a fun show, and so that was one at Reggae Rise Up this last time. I think 2021 was the last time we played it. It was fun. But the Caverns in Tennessee with Iration and then but like also some smaller ones, like we had there's this little place in Sanford, just like kind of by where we live, and it's called West End. And we played this show there where right when we went on, the power went out. So we grabbed like acoustic guitars and we just started like singing songs and doing them with like no power, just like the crowd's, voices and the acoustic guitars. And so like that was a really cool moment.
Yeah, that was magical.
Yeah. And there was like a lot of like shows kind of like that of just coming up with, in like little tiny bars with a ton of energy. And a lot of those are really memorable too.
That's super cool. What is your dream venue?
Red Rocks.
I knew it. I knew you were going to say it. I knew.
Yeah. That's the list. I want to do that, and I want to do closer to the sun. I want to do those too.
Meriwether Post Pavilion.
Yeah,
that's a huge, awesome venue in Maryland. And like Jackson and I grew up in Maryland. We saw like Slightly Stupid there back in the day, and that'd be pretty fucking rad if we got to play Meriwether stage.
God, I love Slightly Stupid. How cool are they?
They're awesome.
Legit dudes for sure.
Right, I love those dudes. So tell me, let me pick two. Tell me a Greg story. Quick Greg story. Something everybody needs to know. Everybody needs to know.
Greg's whole vibe is something is really interesting. He's for sure unlike anybody I've ever met. He's extremely creative. He writes songs like that.
He's a hustler.
He's hard to keep up with.
Hustle.
Yeah, and also at the same time is the slowest person. He's like molasses. So he's like he's witty, he's very quick, and he's slow moving. So like I remember what are some good Greg?
What about Reggae Rise Up?
What about Reggae Rise Up?
You know remember what he did that day? After the show?
Oh, he took we Undercover had just come out, and
that's our second album.
And he somebody gave him some mushrooms, and he stood outside and just talking to people, sold 100 CDs just by like, hey, you. And he had all these bits essentially that he was running. He'd be like, the floor is lava, and if you step in the lava, you gotta buy a CD. Or his favorite one is, hey, do you have a brother named Chris? And he waits until somebody says yes, and it usually doesn't take very long. He goes, oh, Chris told me that you would like this CD and that you should buy it.
It's genius.
And it works.
It works.
Because someone's like, I got $10, whatever.
And those are the days you eat real good on the road, huh?
That's right. We all went to Denny's that night. Got some French sticks.
Fucking great meal. Who does the songwriting?
Well, all of us, and we've kind of changed how we do it over time. Mm-hmm. So in the past it was just kind of me and Greg, and then as Nick joined, Nick added a lot. He added a lot with like our pre-production, which is makes like kind of makes it so that when we write the song, it's closer to the final version than it would be otherwise, which affects how the song gets written, if that makes sense. And then this last time, for the album that we've been releasing singles off of right now, that will come out this year, we Joey and Marshall had like more of a hand in it than they did with the last two, and it really shows. And we spent time where we'd be like, okay, for a week, let's go get an Airbnb out in the middle of nowhere in Georgia, or we went to like Georgia, South Carolina, Nashville. We just went to a bunch of different places, and so we wouldn't be all distracted, and kind of made songs like as a full unit there. And I think it's my favorite way to do it. For sure.
No, it's fun. We definitely look forward to doing it, and like each place like definitely influences the songs, because one place was very like out on the lake in the woods, kind of deep in there,
right?
And then another one was like it was like a foggy lake town, so like you go out on the deck and you'd be surrounded by fog, but you'd see this trail down to the lake. So like that was a little spooky, but like that was still fun. That was still fun. We're really fortunate to do it, and like it's amazing to get to the point where it's like, where should we go to write? Because like we have the option to choose now. Like, obviously touring and traveling far isn't an obstacle. So we get to really go anywhere in this country we need to get the vibes and try to make music.
That's freaking awesome. I mean, I chase it. I'm guilty, right?
Yeah.
For sure. So I know you guys have like, sure, fans are coming up to you and saying like, your music like changed my life, saved me. Does that happen often?
That does happen. Yeah.
Is there any particular songs out there that people are like, you know what, that did it for me?
That's a good question. I like that question a lot, just because we have a lot of fun songs, like we have a lot of songs that are very like lighthearted and like fun, but that doesn't mean we don't have like the more deeper songs, that do have that impact on people. I'd say like Driftwood has that impact. So Blessed as well.
Yeah, for sure. My daughter's getting a tattoo next week, and I have yet to get a Kash'd Out tattoo, and that was my next question. What is your favorite Kash'd Out tattoo that you've seen so far?
You got this one, Jay?
Let me think. There's been some good ones.
There was like 2 in the last 2 weeks, right?
Yeah, a couple people just got Always Vibing in like this rainbow font that I saw most recently. Those are cool. I like
we had this fish sticker, so I liked when people had that fish tattoo. I always thought that was really cool.
That's a big one. I like on the last tour we saw somebody had the manta ray from the cover album, but like with the ocean in it, which I thought was pretty cool. I think that one would probably be my favorite.
I'm gonna find a real cool one. I've got quite a bit. I've got the bumping.
Nice.
I've got you probably can't see for the green screen. I got Josh Lewis right there, if you can see him.
Word, yeah, I do.
Through an operation. The Quasi Kings are down here. I got a Tropodelic Snowman tattoo. I got a Little Stranger tattoo. I've got a Ballyhoo tattoo.
Yeah.
I've got a Toby Raps tattoo.
Which, by the way, for favorite bands to tour with, Tropodelic has to be in that conversation.
Yes. Oh, for sure.
You love those guys.
For sure. Yeah, I do too. I got my Trop tattoos with all their signatures, and I've got some lyrics here. The lyrics that meant the most to me. You know what I mean? When I was
So,
that's awesome.
It was super cool. But I'm looking for that Kash'd Out tattoo next. So I'm gonna find it, and I'll definitely post it. But so question, who is the founding member or members?
Greg and I.
Greg and you.
Yeah.
And where'd you guys start? Florida?
Yeah, in Orlando. We started Greg, I was a session guitar player for one of his clients, and so I was playing guitar at his studio at the time, for one of his clients, and Greg and I hit it off, and we decided we would start this band. And Joey and I grew up together, and we grew up playing in bands in like middle school and high school. And so when we needed a bass player, I called him, and he was like, I'm moving down. So yeah, here we are.
So I won't keep you guys too much longer. I got a couple more questions and then I'll let you go. But I got Kyle Smith on the line. We're gonna
Nice.
do him a little later this afternoon, so that'll be fun. Cool. What are your favorite? And I just gave away who I'm bringing into podcast. I usually keep that a secret. Yeah, that's right. See, I get high and I run my mouth. So what's next? What's next?
Well, this tour is definitely like the focus right now. We're making every time we like leave, particularly on a headlining tour, it's like it's all consuming. You know what I mean? It's right. Like getting this new set together, making sure all the people know about the shows, and which is a big ordeal. And so making sure people know about the shows, and we got our album coming out, and which we haven't announced a date for that, but that is coming. New singles, and yeah, that's where we're at.
Stoked, looking forward to it. When you're on stage, what are your favorite songs to play? What gets the crowd like going and gets you guys like, hell yeah?
I like Always Vibin'. Yeah. Always Vibin' usually creates a special moment, like I feel like that's kind of like a put your arms around each other and just sing the chorus and just like feel unity, that kind of thing. So I've always liked that one live. I've never gotten tired of playing that one after all these years. Never once have I never been not excited to play it.
Right. And it doesn't get old?
Not yet. Knock on wood, not yet. Not for me, at least.
I asked Matt at Chop, I was like, does it ever get old? Like doing Cali? For fuck's sake, every show they have to do it, So no, he's still no. It's not.
It's what really makes it for me is it's the fans. It's like you guys. Like you guys are the reason why. Like, because we try to read you guys. Like we played all sorts of songs live, and we think that the songs we bring in our sets are the ones that we see you guys react to the most.
Yeah.
So like you guys are totally taken into account, and you guys get to decide, honestly.
Yeah, Whiskey and Weed's the shit. I love it. I love it. It's amazing.
Thank you.
And I was super stoked when I got to hear it live last week. I was so stoked. I was like, hell yeah, they're gonna do Whiskey.
Awesome.
I love it. One more question. How about any crazy fan stories?
This will be another Greg story. This is really early on. This was like our second show ever. This was like our second, it wasn't our second show. It was our second cover band show. Like, you'd get your cool shows, and then you get some cover band gigs. And the second cover band gig we did, we basically played to a bunch of cougars. It was 10 or 15 cougars. And one of them tried grabbing Greg's balls. And he was
that was me.
Stop it.
That was me. I had blonde hair at the time. No, it wasn't. It
wasn't. That's why I look familiar.
It wasn't. So they grabbed his ball. She grabbed.
No, they tried to. I don't think they did.
Over and over and over again. Yeah, the whole set long.
Yeah, I don't think they really cared about the music, to be honest.
I know the fans want to know who's single, who's not.
I'm not. Greg is not. I think Marshall is the only one that's definitively bona fide single.
Yeah, bona fide, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Marshall's the one, ladies. I don't know what else.
Marshall's the one.
Marshall's the one.
Good one.
So I'm gonna be running a contest with my viewers after this airs, and then I'm gonna go and get some merch, and that's what I'm gonna give away in my giveaways. But let everybody know where they can find your merchandise and all of your tour information. I'm obviously gonna put it up under the video, all their tour information on their website where you can find the merch. So that'll be easy to find. But let us know where we can go. Like you do have it at the shows, obviously.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we've got it online at kash'dout.com. It's like KASHDOUT.
Right back there.
Right there.
Right there.
All the floor information, all the merch you need, everything you need is right there. Go on in there and
one-stop shop
and have fun.
There it is. And tour starts when?
March 9th.
March 9th. Where's your first stop?
Houston, I believe. It's either Houston or Dallas. Houston or Dallas.
Houston or Dallas, Texas, East Texas.
Texas is fun?
Awesome.
Yeah, Texas is a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gosh, thank you guys for coming in. Thank you guys.
Hey, thank you guys for having us.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Super cool. And I'll definitely be putting all your guys' information so people can come in, buy some merch, go out and see some shows. You guys go out and see Kash'd Out. I promise you, you will not regret it. It's a freaking amazing show. The dudes are awesome. You can find them at the merch booth after the show too, just hanging out and talking. So it's pretty cool. Thank you guys so much for coming on.
Love to believe in, no doubt we live for a reason. Stay close to the ones you call your own. They're the ones that help you grow. Oh my God, what I'm needing is music, my friends, and some healing. Though it's easy to find what you're seeking, it could be gone before you're done blinking. So tell me what you're thinking. I think that we should put tomorrow on.